Hello everyone, I'm Sophie and I'm currently at Kechara Forest Retreat, Bentong, Malaysia. And I'll continue reading from the book Gurus for Hire, Enlightenment for Sale. It's an insider's guide into the relationship between spiritual teachers, students, and Dharma centers by His Eminence the 25th Sam Tuku Rinpoche. And there's a short quote on tantric teachings. Years and years of chanting and meditation cannot compare with one instant of remembering the Guru. From this, you can really tell how important the Guru is in our spiritual practices and spiritual path. So now I'll be reading from page 34, and this chapter will be on His Holiness Kyabje Zong Rinpoche. He was Rinpoche's root guru. And here, before I start reading, I will go to a picture to share with you. And this is a picture of His Holiness Kyabje Zong Rinpoche in his in his incarnation when he was Rinpoche's guru. He actually has reincarnated now, and there's a new reincarnation. Right. So on page 34, His Holiness Kyabje Zong Rinpoche. I felt I was collecting merits with a person without faults, that everything that I did would accelerate my Dharma practice and my Dharma attainments. This was a short verb from Rinpoche. When I was 17, I was elected by the center in Los Angeles to be the assistant to His Holiness Kyabje Zong Rinpoche, my root guru. A few powerful sponsors in the center were totally against it. They told Geshe-la, "No way, he's such a bad representation of Zong Rinpoche. He's just a kid. Look at the way he looks, his hair, the way he dresses. That is going to represent one of the greatest living Dharma teachers of Tibet? Certainly we can do better." I looked like a freak, I admit it, but when I heard it, I was very hurt. I almost cried, but it made me push myself much more. I served Rinpoche in the center. I cooked for Rinpoche, his entourage, my Geshe-la, and their guests. I made 7 trays of food every single day for 6 months. Each tray would have food for Rinpoche, 2 of Rinpoche's German students, the translator, the translator's uncle, and 2 monks who were Rinpoche's assistants. I remember laying out 7 trays every day in the kitchen. I had to prepare everything for them because they were Rinpoche's entourage and I needed to take care of them. I did not know how to cook, so I had to ask anyone who had time to show me how to cook. I would not talk to Zong Rinpoche directly in the beginning, so I asked translator to find out what food he liked and what his schedule was like. I would serve Rinpoche first. I would get up early in the morning and bring breakfast to Rinpoche. I would offer him the breakfast and make 3 prostrations immediately. I made prostrations because I did not know how long I could be with him, and I did not want to prostrate to a statue. I wanted to prostrate to the living Buddha. Then I would go to my teacher, Geshe-la, offer him breakfast and make sure everything was all right. After that, I would offer breakfast to the translator, his uncle, Rinpoche's 2 assistants, and the 2 German ladies. By the time I finished offering breakfast to the last person, I would go back up and wait for Rinpoche while he was eating. If there was something left, I would ask his permission to eat his leftovers. I wanted his saliva. I wanted something he had bitten every day. I would even eat crumbs because I believed very much in my guru. I would wash his cups and his plates first, clean them and put them in the highest shelf in the kitchen without damaging anything. Sometimes I would wash his silverware twice, wipe it very carefully so that none of it was dirty or sticky. I would put everything away in a special place so no one could touch his items. I even put up a sign in case anybody made a mistake. This was an opportunity to serve my guru. Then I would do the same with geshe-las and everyone else's breakfast. If there were any leftovers, I would give them to the dogs outside and feed the cats at the center. If I had time, I would clean the kitchen and put everything away. I would take a shower quickly, get dressed, and go to work until about 2 or 3 o'clock. I would come home by about 3 o'clock and start cooking dinner. I also had to run to the store to do the shopping, wash, prepare, and cook everything. I knew only a few dishes, and it was a challenge to cook for 7 people each day. Sometimes, if I burned the food, I would have to do it all over again very quickly. I hated cooking, but Geshe-la wanted me to do it. I would cook dinner and make 7 trays of food again with drinks. Rinpoche liked Tibetan tea, and there was a certain way he liked it, so I would make it that way, with just the right amount of butter. Then I would serve Zong Rinpoche. I would go upstairs, offer dinner to him, and make 3 prostrations. Sometimes, when I was not in such a big rush, I would have the luck to sit near him and massage his feet. I would do my best to massage his feet every day, and I would kiss his feet because I read in an Indian tantric manual that to show the deepest respect to someone very high is to touch the lowest part of their body. Rinpoche made it a game after a while. He would show me his foot, and when I tried to grab it, he would quickly pull it back and laugh. When I grabbed it, I would put it on my head and I would kiss it. Tibetans do not kiss. I did it because I had grown up with American culture. It was my way to show my reverence to him because I could not speak his language. No one taught me all this. I wanted Dharma. I ran away from home 3 times to learn Dharma, to serve a guru. I tried hitchhiking from New Jersey to New York and from New York to California to learn the Dharma. I was successful the 3rd time. So, when I came across such a great master, I was not going to lose my chance. After serving Rinpoche dinner, there would be Dharma teachings, which started between 6 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. every evening and finished between midnight and 2 a.m. There were teachings every day for 6 months in Tutam Darjeeling Center in Los Angeles, and the place was always packed. After cleaning the kitchen, I would run upstairs and make sure everything in Rinpoche's room was all right. If Rinpoche had an audience or if Rinpoche had an audience or people coming to meet him, I would vacuum his room and make sure everything was clean and in order. Then I would go downstairs, ask them to please wait a few minutes and confer with Rinpoche's assistant to see if it was okay. When they said it was okay, I would assist the person into Rinpoche's room. I made sure I did not wait for Rinpoche to come out to call them in. When they went inside Rinpoche's room and had an audience, I would stay nearby quietly, as alert as possible, in case Rinpoche needed anything. I would make sure I never let Rinpoche be without anyone close at hand. After Rinpoche's interviews or divinations, I would assist him downstairs, carry incense, carry his hat, help him to sit on the throne and fix his robes. When he was sitting on the throne, I would not leave his side. Even before he sat down, I would make sure everything was straightened. Then I would sit for Dharma teachings. I had notebooks and more notebooks filled with notes. The notes that I wrote down then are still very useful to me now. In between teachings, if Rinpoche needed anything, I would attend to him. I made sure his thermos was always filled with whatever he needed. If the teachings were extremely long, I would assist Rinpoche upstairs after they were finished. If I had to help explain or talk about some questions with the Dharma students, I would do so. If Geshe-la needed something, I would attend to him. If not, I would go upstairs and give Rinpoche a massage. Usually, if I could, I would give Rinpoche a massage nightly. Once in a blue moon, Rinpoche had a headache, so I would have the honor to touch his head. I would wash my hand, purify them with incense, make 3 prostrations before I massage his head. Whether I was clean or not would not affect Rinpoche, but to be conscientious about what I was doing and who I was serving would affect me and my awareness. Why? Because I wanted attainments. I would massage Rinpoche's head very gently. I would make sure my nails were cut so I would not puncture his skin. I would be very careful and very aware because I was touching my guru's head. My Guru, the one who confers on me Dharma. That was the reason I left my home and school to learn the Dharma. After Dharma teachings, everyone would go home. I lived at the Dharma center, so I would stay up to clean the kitchen, wash the floor, mop and clean the cabinets. I did it to make the place clean for when people came to see Zong Rinpoche and Geshe-la, so my gurus would not be misrepresented. I did it to make the place clean for Zong Rinpoche's feet to step on if he walked downstairs and past the kitchen. I wanted to make sure of that. Every once in a while, Geshe-la would come downstairs on his way somewhere. He would look at what I was doing, but he would not say anything to me. He would just pat me on the back, which meant he was very pleased. I did not get any gift, flowery praises, or any of that stuff. That was the reward I get. It was more than enough. I did not care about the people who were not happy about me in the beginning and thought I would misrepresent Rinpoche. I proved them all wrong and silenced them. After that, no one had a complaint. No one even talked about the burnt chicken I offered Rinpoche or the uncooked potatoes that Rinpoche patiently ate. I will never forget those days. I never looked back on those days as work. I have never regretted, felt tired, or felt I did not want to do it. Never. Not even once in my life for the last 20 years. Oh my God, it was so much work, but I do not remember being in pain or being sick. I felt I was collecting merits with a person without faults, that everything that I did would accelerate my Dharma practice and my Dharma attainments. In that 1 year, I did not go out to any clubs or meet any of my non-Dharma friends, and the year passed so quickly. I cannot explain to you how wonderful those days were of cooking, cleaning, and serving my teacher, and receiving Dharma every single night. Sometimes I could not believe I was there. I was in mortal fear that Rinpoche would leave. I could not even think of the day he was leaving. When Zong Rinpoche passed away, I did not recover for months, almost for years. Even though going to India was exciting, it was empty. I felt empty going to Dharamsala and to Ganden in India. And when I went to his house, I felt empty because I expected him to come out, to walk around or to be there, but he was not. I kept my promise because I said I would enter his house. I would go to India and I would join him. I would join Ganden. There was a time after Zong Rinpoche passed away that I thought I was not going to do that anymore. I was going to pursue acting and entertainment. But one day I sat down and I asked myself, do I believe he's Heruka or not? It was a very difficult question because it was a very easy way out to escape and to say, well, my guru died and I can't go to India and join him anymore. The answer came out that, yes, he is not physically in front of me, but Buddha Heruka is all pervasive. If I made a promise to him, I must keep it. whether he was directly watching me or not. I told him that I was going to do it, so I packed up everything and went to India. Zong Rinpoche taught me the Dharma. His lineage was pure. He conferred on me the highest initiations and he gave me my Dharma protector's practices and all the paths of Dharma from the Lamrim Chenmo to the highest practices. He scolded me, he shouted at me, he gave me so much love that everything I'm doing today is totally a result of his kindness. He is the only person I miss every single day, and I do not have much attachment to people. The retreats that I was able to do and the little bit of improvement I have experienced all stem from him. I will never ever give up my vows and the commitments and promises I made to my root guru, even at the cost of my life. One big reason that I teach Dharma today is because of Zong Rinpoche and the promise I made to him. If I break my promise to Rinpoche, then there are no Buddhas for me. The Buddhas does not exist anymore. If I cannot commit to the person who have taught me the Dharma and shown me so much kindness, who can I commit to? A wife? A friend? A business partner? What is the long-term benefit of that? I'm committed to my guru. I have an attachment for him because I have not met anyone like that. I am committed to my guru because he has given me the highest empowerments and I know their benefits. I know how important they are and how rare they are, and to get it from such a master is incredible. I wish so much that I could learn more from him, be near him and serve him. I would not mind being his servant for the rest of my life, to travel with him and to be his servant, quietly to sit on the floor near him so he can teach the Dharma. There is no difference if he teaches or if I teach, as long as the Dharma is taught. When I when I read the manuals of Guru devotion and how we should conduct ourselves with the Guru, I resolved that I would follow it all the way. I have not made any infractions of my Guru devotion, not that I know of. I have never spoken against my Gurus. I have never argued or fought with my Gurus. I would never dare. In the presence of my Rinpoche, I never slouch, because that is what the 50 verses of Guru devotion advises, and I know why now. It is to create awareness. It would be good manners not to slouch in front of anybody, wouldn't it? My guru was teaching me good manners so that when I went out into the world, I would be more effective in whatever I wanted to do with others. I never slouched in front of my teacher. I never farted. I never burped. If I coughed, I covered myself. I did not scratch myself, twist my body around, massage myself, or crack my knuckles, because that is what the 50 verses instructs. It is about awareness and manners. If we cannot do that in front of our Dharma teacher, who can we do that in front of? That is the whole purpose of having a Dharma teacher, to bring that awareness to the forefront. I would be very aware of that. I will keep my commitments to someone who is giving me the most powerful initiations, whether he is around or not around. I have promised him and I said yes. When we say yes and when we promise something, we have to do it. Our integrity, our reputation, our self-growth, and our spiritual growth lies behind that. Our lineage, our faith, our parents, and everything good that we represent lie behind that. When we say yes, we have to do it. I've met many masters and they were all very kind, and I have received so much from them, but one who left the deepest impact, an indelible mark on me for the rest of my life, was Zong Rinpoche. This is what has made me go on for many years, and this is why I encourage people towards Guru devotion. I'm not interested in being people's guru. I'm interested in people having guru devotion. Whatever gurus they have, I'm not interested in taking them away or separating them, because how would I feel? How would I feel when I'm separated from my guru? I would not want that feeling for anyone. It still shocks me when people make promises to me as their Dharma teacher and they break their promises, because I'm not able to do that. I'm not able to be rude to my gurus, young, old, or reincarnated. How can we be rude, lie to, talk about, or scorn someone who has taught us the Dharma from their heart? It is a knowledge that we can use to better our lives. If we can scorn our guru, say negative things, make him upset, fight, whisper things behind his back, retaliate, retaliate, or break our promises to him, then everybody else is just below that. Scuff. Excuse me. Then we can do it to everybody and anybody. I encourage Guru devotion practice. I encourage devotion to one's teachers. I encourage people to keep their samaya and keep their commitments clean. If we do not, then where does our spiritual practice go? What can having no commitments equate to? I'm wishy-washy about everything else, but not with the Dharma. Guru devotion, commitments, promises I made to my Guru. I cannot be wishy-washy on that. I want attainments. I want to make my mind ascend another level, and I want to get the results of my practice. So I'm going to follow the hard and fast rules that will bring the result. All the gurus from Tibet, all the gurus from India, all those great Mahasiddhas cannot be wrong. Guru devotion cannot be wrong, because every master I have met talks about it, and the very attained ones take that as the pith of their practice. They cannot be wrong. And with that, I'll end this session for today. And as I read through it, I understand how Rinpoche feels, because it's exactly how I feel about my own guru, which is Rinpoche. And he's passed away on the 4th of September. And I miss him very, very much. So if you do have a guru, always treat your guru well and treasure him. Okay, I'll end this session now with a completion dedication in Tibetan. Chang yo sen yo Rinpoche, ma ke panam ke ishi, ke panam pa me payang, konen kondo pe washu. Toni to wa Rinpoche, ma ke panam ke ishi, ke panam pa me payang, konen kondo pe washu. Daso jini sa pagewadi, tanda dro aku na kapada, jepa jesu no sandrapai. Taming importante sa se sho kewa kuntu yanda la mada drame sho ki pala lo cho chi sadam nangi yote razone doje changi ngapanga tesu gewa di yududa la masa gyudrio de droa chika malupa de sala go pashu joki ka posonga pa chosu nampa pe wala ke kisama si wadang tungi malo sa washo. Dada songi dosenda drewa songi latini ke wala sandrapai tampa yurifa gyushi. Ni modele sendele ni mikunya dele shit ni sentato dal kocho sungi jikilo kocho sungi ngotros kocho sungi tra si sho jaso nama kusan rap tinji nam katri ni chocho ke padang lo sam tempe dro me samsungi dro e musa tato ni giushi gawe rawe ko we shikam de peda dewa malu go ni cheren se wan tensi gya so yi shape shiri badu de giushi Hom dobe godro malupa dene dala sal du so kodan ne palung choknam kepa sushik shukten sel. Thank you for joining me for this session, and I do hope that you continue to join me for the next session. Thank you.